Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. We are back with Squad Foundation's Milestone Objectives again. Today it's the Championship's turn and we have some pretty monster cards, including this Laurent. Now since he's English, I'm going to call him Laurent. If he was French, it'd be Laurent. But either way, you know he's worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way to get this Laurent done and the 3 other championship players available. But before we begin, if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. Now, these are very, very similar to the other Squad Foundations objectives we've had. We had Eredivisie, we had League of Portugal. I've got videos on my channel about those if you're interested in getting those done. I do think they did us a little bit dirty on this one, but I'll get into that in just a second. But to start off with, let's look at the offline ones, the 3 players you can get by playing squad battles, and I think there are some pretty nice cards here. So first one, Venomous Volleys. And also, before I stop, there's also an SBC card, a Chonk, who looks really nice. He's also Dutch. It may link to some of the other stuff we did from Eredivisie, so just keep that in mind as well. But Venomous Volley scores 6 volleys in squad battles on minimum semi-pro difficulty. And then I'm going to say this next one because we're going to go hand in hand with those. Assist 8 goals with crosses using championship players on minimum professional difficulty. Now, if you have any trouble with volleys, you can do it on semi-pro, but the quickest way to do all this is do everything in professional. And I'm saying these at the same time because you're going to kind of do these together. The best way to score a volley, in my opinion, is to send in a low-driven cross. And low-driven cross, you'd hit R1 or RB. Hold that in while you're pressing the cross button right here, and then power that up pretty good, several bars of power. Send that across the face of goal, and then generally your other winger, something like that, will get on the end of it and just volley it in. So you don't want to send in just a regular cross where they may head it, they may volley it. It's a little bit better if you can send in a low-driven cross. So, and then that's going to give you an assist with a cross, and it's going to get you the volleys. Now, you do have the option there, so if you're having any trouble with it, put it on semi-pro. And very similar to the other ones, if you don't want to grind all this, at least do this objective. Go into one match, score the 6 volleys. You know, you may also just do it in Rivals and not even know it. You may not have even known this was there, and you're playing Rivals, and one day it says you've got an objective complete, and you may just bring this Davies into your club. So it's a nice card overall. It's going to fit in nicely into the squad because he's going to give you a nice triangle, which I'll talk about in just a second. So volleys and crosses will go hand in hand. Then score using championship players in 8 separate squad battles matches. Now this one's going to be a little bit important, or just kind of keep in mind, the squad I'm going to recommend today is not going to be 11 championship players. There's just not enough great championship players out there, or playable championship players that to make it easy on you. So I'm recommending 4 Premier League players to work into your club. So just kind of keep that in mind. You don't want to just score with the Premier League players I'm recommending. Make sure you're scoring at least 1 goal with championship players. And then win 10 matches, and then that's going to get you the last section here. So you should win all 10, and then as long as you score with a championship player in 8 of them, you will bring in Davies, you will bring in Lowe, and you will bring in this Cavaleiro card. Now Lowe, Davies, and Laurent are going to give you a nice triangle of strong links. You're going to have a left back, you're going to have a center back, and you're going to have a CDM that you could put together in a formation that they're always going to link together because they're going to be strong links, championship English on every single one of them. So it is nice that they've got those strong links there that are going to work out nicely. Now for Laurent, what we need to do, score using championship players in 6 separate matches. And the Live Foot Friendly Football Foundations, this is the one we've been playing in. You can only take a 78 rated squad into this, so just keep that in mind. And you can't have players rated higher than 89. So you can't have Mbappe on the bench, Messi on the bench, those types of players, so just keep that in mind as well. Championship creator assists 4 goals using championship players and foundation. So again, just make sure you're using your championship players on this. Now this is the one where it gets a little awkward, and I had to redo the team like 4 or 5 times. I'm going to recommend, I don't like this one. Score 6 goals using English players in the Live Foot Friendly. Now that seems plain and simple, easy to do. However, there's just not that many great English championship attackers. So I'm going to have some English Premier League attackers. So what I'm going to recommend, I don't know if people will be playing Golden Goal. It seems like there's been a slight uptick. It's went from 2% of the people playing Golden Goal to about 8% of the people, so maybe people were starting to catch on. Last year we had everybody, or not everybody, but a high percentage of people playing Golden Goal. This year it just seems like it's went by the wayside as far as people playing Golden Goal and helping each other out, but that's just part of what it is. So it makes it a little bit weird because you need to score with championship players in 6 separate matches, but you also need 6 goals with English players. So I've got one English championship player that I'm recommending that you need to make sure you score with first, just in case your opponent does score Golden Goal. So it's frustrating. It's frustrating because sometimes you have like almost like a wide open net and you're like, should I score, should I not score? Because say you score with, I'll just tell you, one of the players I'm recommending is Jamie Vardy. You score with Jamie Vardy, you'll get this one, but you did not, and your opponent plays Golden Goal and leaves, then they did not help you with this one, or you didn't help yourself with this one because you didn't score in 6 separate matches. So I don't really like this one, but maybe what I'm hoping will happen is, or maybe not even hoping, but I guess the best case scenario is you score your first goal with an English championship player right away, your opponent leaves, and you get it done lickety-split. But if you have someone that doesn't play Golden Goal, then notice this one is just score 6 goals, so then just try to bang in all 6 of your goals while your opponent is not playing Golden Goal. So just keep that in mind. I don't like that one. All the other ones have just been score with the league. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Then 4-4, win 4 matches with 7 championship players in your starting squad. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll go to the Live Foot Friendly. I'll show you the team. Let's see. Let's go to Football Foundations. This is the team I'm going to recommend. So let's start with our Premier League options. We're going to have 4 Premier League players in this team. We've got Vardy, we've got Foden, we've got ESR, and we've got Gomez. Now, all of these are reasonably priced. Now, you may be saying, Pete, I don't want to buy an 84 team of the week. Well, this Smith Rowe card is basically discard value. So last I looked, now let me just double check. Let's double check them real quick. Let's do this before I give you bad advice. So let's see. He was like, I want to say he was somewhere in this neighborhood. So yeah, so there's some at 12,750 that, aren't even out there. So 12.5. So somewhere around in there. Basically what I'm saying, you're not going to lose any coins on them. So I try to only recommend players that if you need to go buy them, that you can then sell them for basically what you paid for them. And this ESR as an 84 team of the week is going to have value as a decently rated team of the week. His discard value is going to be like 10,500, somewhere in that neighborhood. So you're just really not going to lose coins on him. Same thing with Vardy. Vardy was roughly around 12,000 coins, but that's the floor for 86 rated cards. So even if you go and buy Vardy, he hasn't risen up in any other value. So just keep that in mind. I'm recommending players that will play well, plus you're not going to lose coins on them. So certain players like, maybe would not go back on what you're going to pay for him. For example, this Burn card, you may pay a little bit more for him. He may go down in value. You may not be able to recoup that, but most of the big dollar ones, I'm trying to give you cards that will be able to work for you and you won't lose any coins. Same thing with Foden. Going to play really well. Now, what I'm also recommending, now this is one where we're going to have to spend a little bit of coins. This Barkhuizen card, it's a Rule Breakers card, and he has went up in value some as people were trading, but most of those ones that people were trading then kind of came back down because they get overbought and then people panic sell. So he should come back down. I guess let's take a look at where he is at the moment. Let me just change this to special. Is he 17.5? Okay. Oh, so I even saw some for 15. So I think he's already starting to come back down. I would not mind paying this amount for him. 14, plenty of them. I think it seems like he's already, because I'm a little bit late getting this video out there. It seems like he's already dropping. And you can see there were some at 13,000 with this 59 minute. So he may keep coming on down. This card I feel like is crucial because he's English and championship and he's good. So again, even if you paid 13,000 for him, you're going to be able to sell him for, I'd say, quick sell value on this one is still right around 10,000 coins. So you're not really going to lose much, but I feel like this is a very, very crucial card. Now, in the midfield, we're going to go with Pearson and Lerma. These are my stalwarts from last year. I had them in the midfield. They do a good job as just kind of your holding midfielders, defensive midfielders. They're both very physical, both have good enough pace, to get by for this. At the back, the other Premier League player, Joe Gomez, he's very worth what you're going to pay for him to help you out there. Another option, if you had this Pask card, that's who I took at level 15. He's going to be phenomenal for you at center back. If you have him and took him, then you could certainly pop him there in place of Joe Gomez. If you've got Tamori, that will also work because I just have English links there, so you just need an English center back there. That's going to be able to take care of business. We've got Lowe as our left back, and then we've got Davies, who we're going to claim. And then at right back, take whatever championship silver right back you can get that's got good enough pace. This Burn card, I've played with him before. He's got 85 pace. If you can get plus 80 pace for a cheap price, let's just check it out. We're kind of checking the market today. We're doing some checking on the market today. Let's go position, right back, and I'm just going to go, let's put it on the championship. And we're going to take this down to, say, just 1,200 coins. Or let's take it down to 600 coins. I like to get some deals. And then you just kind of want to look. Pace is all that really matters. You just want someone, like there's one for 80 pace. That would be good enough. You could look some more. Maybe you can find even cheaper. You can maybe put it down to like 400 coins. The 80 pace one so far has been the best deal. And it could be, the way we have it set up, it could be anyone. There's another one of the 80 pace at 600 coins. Let's even take it down another one. Let's take it down to 450. Can we find anybody for 450? Seeing 70 pace, 72 pace. I see a 75 pace. You can maybe get away with that. Again, like I said, I would prefer plus 80, but again, we're trying to save coins. We don't really want to spend a ton here. Not seeing anything there. Oh, there we go. There's an 80 pace one right there for 350 coins. That could be your man. So I'm just saying, you don't have to go crazy on these. Just, save your coins, only spend what you have to spend. Now, if you don't want to grind out some of these guys, there is, I'll give a shout out here to my American boy in the championship here. I could probably just do it this way. Let's just go championship. We'll go left back, concept players on. And this Robinson card, I'll give a shout out to my American compatriot here. I played with this Robinson card all of last year in my Silver Stars club, and he works out really well, has great pace. He may be a little expensive. I haven't even checked his price, to be honest with you, but same thing. If you don't want to grind for Lowe, if you don't want to grind for Davies, just look for pace. Look for some guy that's going to be able to run. That's what you're mainly looking for. Now, the thing that is upsetting, again, is because what I've really enjoyed about Squad Foundations is grinding for those offline cards and then playing with them to grind for the online card, this where the Laurent's going to be in the live foot friendly. So I've enjoyed, getting Cavaleiro and then maybe playing with him here. The problem is, though, like I mentioned, if I score with Cavaleiro, who's Portuguese, and my opponent leaves, it didn't help me at all towards the English objective. So Barkhuizen is who you really need to look at as trying to pour in that first goal with Barkhuizen. Then the next objective is going to be just trying to score with your English players. And that's why I wanted all four of my attackers to be English, because I want to get that English objective done first. Once you have that objective done, you certainly can do this. You can put Cavaleiro here. You can put Chong here. Then, you may have to do something else. May have to get Foden out of there for another championship play or something like that. Or I think there was a formation I had that still worked with doing this. So just keep that in mind. For me, that's been a lot of the fun, but I just don't want to have English players out there and not get my English goals. So I want to get my English goals first. So what we're playing for, though, is this Laurent card who looks really nice. 82 acceleration, 85 sprint speed, 90 agility for someone who is 6'2", high work rates, which is my favorite to have in the midfield. I've talked about this a bunch, but I want them getting forward. I want them getting back. I want them doing something. Sometimes it seems like when they're medium, or medium high is fine. Medium attack, high defensive work rates. If I really want them to just be a CDM, I don't mind that. But I don't like medium because sometimes it seems like they don't get forward, they don't get back, they just get stuck in that no man's land. And then when your opponent is kind of outside the final third, it's like you kind of have to bring your center backs out a little bit because your midfielders haven't tracked back enough. So high, I really like. Now, his defensive awareness is a little bit low. I would still recommend a shadow on him. He has 97 stamina, but then for someone who's 6'2", he's got really weird strength and aggression. Not a ton of aggression. I would love to be able to boost that up a little bit. But a lot of times those players that are bigger in game are going to feel a little more physical than what their stats indicate. Like I know, talking about another Laurent Blanc, he, like his physicals, like let me just show you this. We're kind of doing a lot of exploring today, but let's do that. Since we're talking about an English Laurent, let's talk about a French Laurent. Let's see. So let's just look at this Laurent Blanc. Look at this cam card. Laurent Blanc is 6'4", but his strength is 77 and his aggression is 71. But if you ever played with him, he feels a lot stronger, and that's just because of his big frame in game. So just wanted to kind of put that out there, that even though he maybe doesn't have as much strength and aggression as you would think from someone who's 6'2", it's still going to feel better than what it says because of his height. Now, he's more of a defensive-minded player, but he does have a good enough passing. If you look at the main passing stats for a midfielder, or for someone who's going to be like a two-way or more defensive, vision, short pass, and long pass are all perfectly acceptable. The one thing I love about him the most is the 90 agility. That's just really phenomenal. We'll take a look real quick. We didn't really look at the SBC player. You can get him for an 85 rated squad. I think you need a Dutch player and a team of the week. This is a really strong card. He's 6'1". I kind of like taller players this year. They just seem to be able to do a little bit more. He's 4-star, good pace. He's got weird finishing, some weird composure, weird reactions, but overall, this is a really nice card. I think people would have a lot of fun with him. The other thing I like is that he's Dutch, so he's going to give you some links to maybe some of the Dutch players that we got earlier from the Eredivisie Squad Foundation, so I do like that EA gave us that option. And also, should have pointed out, Cavaleiro's Portuguese. So if you had Rafa, the right mid Rafa, and what did we get? We got a left back and a center back. So you were getting some links. I like that EA is picking a few players that will maybe link to some of the other things we did. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below. But I will see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.